Hi, this is Cardamama, and I'm going to show you how you can print sentiments and greetings so that they fit onto shapes that you cut from your own steel dies. So let's get started. I'm using the Silhouette Studio software, which is a free download at the Silhouette America website. You don't need to have the Silhouette device or cutter in order to download the software. It is a free download. It's very versatile. I use it for all of my card design work. So what I want to show you is how you can cut a shape and you can print a special, any kind of a greeting or sentiment so that it will fit into that shape. So the shape that I'm going to show you is a coffee cup, as in the splash page that you saw. So the one that I'm using is, I own this coffee cup die from Reverse Confetti, and I want to be able to print a sentiment and then cut it with my die and have the sentiment sized properly to fit within this shape. So I'm going to copy this image, go back over to the Silhouette software, paste it, and then I'm going to pay special attention to the size right here. I'm going to copy that and just paste it here so we can see it. And the first thing I want to do is create a rectangle that's the same size as the measurements that are given. So here's my rectangle. It's too big right now. It's 1.97 and then 2.54. There, so now this mug, I want to stretch it until it fits exactly within this rectangle. And then I'll know that any text I put on it or print is going to be the appropriate dimension. So that looks pretty close. Let's just zoom in a bit. We can probably be stretched a little bit more. Let's just move over here. There, that looks good. All right, so now let's go back to full size. I can move this rectangle out of the way. And now what I'm going to do is trace this image, not so I can cut it, but just so that I can position my text in it, and then you'll see what I'll do with that after. So we'll go to the tracing feature, select the trace area, just like that, and then I'm going to click trace. And now I can delete that image. Let's zoom in, and you're going to see it's going to have created a double line because it traced the outside of the black line and the inside of the black line. So I don't need all of that. So let's just delete. Oops, I just need to release compound path. Choose the inside one, I don't need one. Choose the outside shape, I don't need that. Select it and delete. And then make compound path again, or I could have grouped it, it wouldn't matter. Alright, so now this is the text that I want to put in it. Oh, that's too big. Let's zoom in. I want this to fit right in the cup. That looks good. And then the Java, it could be a little bit bigger. I think that looks pretty good. Zoom in a little bit more. I don't like the spacing, and I'll just tell you the fonts that I'm using. So Java is Magnolia Sky, and Happy Birthday is Cartoonist. I'm just going to ungroup it and change the spacing a little bit because I find it's not good around the Y. I'll bring it in a little bit closer. And then the R here, maybe. I just wanted the R. Move it closer to the T. That just seems visually a little bit better to me. Sometimes you do have to play around with these fonts so that they look right to your eye. I think the Y can come in closer. There we go. And all I'm doing is using the arrow keys on my keyboard to get them closer. So I'm going to group it and group this one. And then I'm going to select them both and center them. Good. All right, let's back out. Perfect. Okay. So I don't want to actually print this cup because it'll be hard to get the line of the die lined up with the cup. What I want to do is do an offset that will be visible beyond the line of the actual cup. So right now the cup line thickness is set at 0. Because it has a 0 weight, it's not going to print, which is perfect. I don't want the line of the cup to print, but I do want the offset to print. So let me just go to the offset button right here, and maybe that offset is a little bit too big. I'll change it to just 0.1. That's great. I don't really need this piece here to print. I'll just delete that. I'm going to need to change the weight of the offset so that it will print. So let's go to 0.5 is usually what I do, and change that line color to a black. There, so now you can see. So on the screen, I'm going to line up my text inside the red lines, but when I print, it's the text and the black line that's going to print. And then I'm just going to take my steel die and position it, center it within the black line, and then run it through my die cutter as normal. I just like to do this with the die cutter, the actual steel die, because I find that it gives a nicer result in the cut along the edges of the cardstock. I love my Silhouette. I've been using it for 7 or 8 years now, but there is just nothing like the beautiful smoothness and texture on the edges of a die cut piece as opposed to when it's cut with a blade in the Silhouette. I still use my Silhouette practically every day, but I've got this special fondness for die cut pieces as well. So anyway, so that's it. You can do the same thing with any die that you have. If you don't remember the website where you purchase the die from, you can always just go take your actual die, measure it with a ruler, or you can cut a piece of like a nice black piece of paper with your die, and then you can scan it, or you can take a nice straight on picture of it and do the same thing. You can import it into here, look at the measurements, resize it, and then you can size your text to fit into whatever die cut you have. I've done this with banners, with special flower shapes, stars, whatever you have. That way you can really stretch your dies a little bit further and make them look like these really customized pieces that you created. Anyway, that's it. I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, if I left anything out, I probably did, but anyhow, just let me know in the comments below. All right, thanks so much.